Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 17 carries, 51 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room, in the cold tub, trying to get his legs back for this game.
Now it's Wilson. He makes the catch. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So here come the defending champs, led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, a 2-time winner now in Patrick Mahomes.
I guess we have to nickname him the thrower, aren't we, or something like that.
After last week?
I mean, man, you're talking about over 400 yards throwing the ball. The running backs and everyone else may be looking at him like, hey, don't forget us. And he probably just tell them, listen, you want to get involved?
Go out.
Go out and catch some passes. I'll make sure you touch it.
And they'll begin by running the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 12-yard line.
Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200. Wasn't a crazy game, but very good. Solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as he'll get this up to the 25. The Chiefs in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week. 3 touchdowns on the ground, and then, Charles, he threw one in through the air for good measure.
Yeah, you know you have to account for him in all situations. I mean, we know he can run the heck out of the football. You just noted what he did. But how about him being able to get out of the backfield, catch it, and get into the end zone as well?
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. But you look at this Bronco defense. And right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll or chip away at their timing.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You want some explanations.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Here's Pacheco once again. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right out and right up the middle.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he's going to be about a yard or two short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Third and 4. There's Wilson to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they run a crossing route here, and the idea of it is who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused. And here, he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Once more, it's Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that's now 10 touchdowns for him on the year. He's into double figures, and we're not even to the halfway point of the season yet.
Partner, doesn't it speak to how well he works with this offensive line? They know he doesn't need a giant alley to run through. He just needs a little seam. And he's so good at being patient, waiting for things to develop, and then accelerating when it does appear.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Throwing is Wilson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for the whole season. They never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 18 now. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos and Russell Wilson heading back to work. He's been picked off twice in this ball game already. And we'll try to sort things out here as they begin with a first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
A gain of 15.
On first down, Wilson. Now he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
A big play there just before halftime.
right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Here's Wilson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdes-Scantling as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is up to 18 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. KJ Hamler returning it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 124 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Pacheco. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leo Chanel gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now it's Wilson. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, but boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That one caught out wide by Julio. Down the left sideline. And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 40 yards. A give right side for Pacheco. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. 57 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. A beautiful fake. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Up the middle, it's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night match. We're back now in KC. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Wilson and the Broncos offense going to stay on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the 2-point attempt is turned aside. Hamler now to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup on the 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from it.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
A gain of 6 yards.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. To throw again is Wilson. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. Now 2nd down and a few inches.
10 yards on the pickup.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. He'll get this out to his running back, P-Rod. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also have those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now Wilson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Here now, 2nd and goal. Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts in the middle of the field. That should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the run that should seal the victory. Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On third down, it's Pacheco. Got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
They'll run here with Pacheco, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. This is first and 10. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, there's a time and a place for everything. Down 2 scores late in the fourth. I get it. Now is the time to throw it downfield, but that one might just write an end to this ball game.
Yeah, I hear all the time how critical I am of play calls. Not in this situation. No other choice, really. Look at the clock. Look at the scoreboard. Had to press it and take a chance.